When I was a kid, I was always active. Ultimately, I was born to run, I guess is the way you could say it. I got into soccer when I was young and really kept focused on that because it was continuous running, very active all the time. And I would say that I was always an active person in all kinds of sports, but never anything that was, I guess you would say, confined in space. I needed room to run because that's what my gift was. My family has got a history in the area. When I was at Carroll, I was really focused on soccer and track, but it did take some strong influence from my mom to get me into track because going into high school, soccer was the main thing that I was interested in, and that's what I spent the most of my time doing athletically. I heard about Carroll through an alumni, Garvin Stretch Smith, and then also some recruiting from the head coach, Brian Bleasy, who is between the two of them and their efforts to tell me about Carroll, and then just kind of coming here for a visit and realizing that on that campus visit, looking for a place that would feel like a good home for me, a good next step, a place where I would get everything I needed out of the education and the athletic experience. It was pretty said and done once I got to know this campus and the people involved as far as where a destination would be for me.
The thing that stands out for me with Jason is the indoor meet at UW Stevens Point. And that was the meet where I fully saw firsthand how much track meant to Jason, how much Carroll University meant to him. He fought like heck to get in a race because he wanted to prove to himself, to his teammates, and to the competition around him that he is a high caliber athlete. Had an up and down year that indoor season, but that meet he made a point to say, this is the one, this is my coming out, this is where I'm going to show that I am capable of doing the things I've done in the past. And it did happen for 200 meters for 20 seconds. His parents drove the 2 hours to watch. I think that's where I firsthand saw what made Jason unique and what made Jason special, and gave me that inside knowledge of, okay, now that's the connection. That's what I want to use in order to get more from him. And I think that's the way, even with coaching with him as an assistant coach, I tapped into that because I knew he had so much more to give if you can just find it.
With some of the accomplishments that I was able to get personally, whether it be Male Athlete of the Year, a school record, conference records, the times that I was able to win a title in an individual event at conference, it's hard to pinpoint one of those as rating higher than another. Really, I was so focused on trying to accomplish as much as I could. All of those were almost brief at the time because it would be that I would accomplish something and then immediately want to get on to the next one and want to accomplish more. And if I ran a fastest time, it was only ever to be my fastest time until the next fastest time that I ran. So there was always a drive, both personally, as a group, as a team, as relays, and then also from our coaches to keep pushing for more, to get more out of what we were accomplishing so far, but then see what ultimately the top of our threshold would be. I never stopped with track and field. I went right from being an athlete at Carroll to moving into coaching at the high school level, which kept me involved in the sport and continued to build sort of a portfolio of accomplishments and time invested in the sport that led me to ultimately reconnect with Sean. I felt in a lot of ways more strongly about than actually competing myself. It's one thing to accomplish something that you've worked really hard for and feel good about it and say, there it was, all the work I put in, it paid off. Almost immeasurable to say, I'm gonna put in a lot of work to help somebody else accomplish something. The feeling you get back as a coach when you see an athlete put in that work, get the reward they were hoping for, and know that you were a part of it, that's full circle, really. That's where everything becomes truly complete, to actually give back. That was really what it was for me. I was born to run, I ran, and then to be able to help give other people that gift, that feeling of accomplishing goals they were after.
I think Jason embodies everything that we want our athletes to be here at Carroll. When I talk about like what does it take to be a pioneer, it's someone who is going to put in the work, they're going to be selfless and do what it's going to take to make the team rise up and elevate, and he's going to hold himself accountable. And that is everything that Jason did as an athlete. It would have been very easy for him to be more selfish and not race as many times, say at conference, in order to perform better and give himself a better shot of going to nationals. But he put the team first. And I think that right there embodies what a Hall of Famer should be, someone who elevates the entire team and is selfless.
For me as a Carroll athlete and all that I was able to accomplish during my time here, what really defines it for me is that it was always a complete collection, is what you could say in a way. I had memories that were based on accomplishments and times and records and medals and things that I would win, but I also had friendships and experiences and time spent here on campus that went beyond what you might look at on a stat sheet or look at as far as like awards won. So looking back at the time I had here as a student athlete, I feel blessed that it was all that it was, because I wouldn't want to rewrite it any other way. You don't know at the time coming in, you might feel that it's a good place to go and you're hoping it'll work out that way. I feel a sense of complete satisfaction to what I was able to get from my time here at Carroll as a student and as an athlete.